It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Carolina Panthers and the Detroit Lions. Coming up next.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Well, the first month of the season has flown by. We are on to October. We've got a captivating matchup in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Detroit Lions. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, these Detroit Lions, they won over a lot of people with the way they played under Dan Campbell last year. They started 1-6, found their stride, won 8 of their last 10 games, and nearly got into the playoffs.
And when you think back to how they almost got in, that final Sunday night going to Lambeau Field and beating the Packers, that tells you about the culture that's already been established there. All you need now is to watch this team continue to play. They're going to contend, I believe, in this season.
Meanwhile, optimism reigning with the visiting Panthers. They've got a new coach, they've got a new quarterback, and they've got a real chance to be a playoff team in 2023.
And a lot of it starts on the defensive side of the ball, where they've been good for the last few seasons. If the offense joins them, they will be a tough out in the NFC South.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
Rumors of Goff's demise? Greatly exaggerated, it seems. Boy, what a big year he had last year. 29 touchdowns and led the Lions to their first winning season since 2017. Under his leadership, the Lions expect to make the playoffs for the first time in a few seasons.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And this is something you don't see too much of. Fullbacks trying to stretch the field. But he does a nice job there getting lost out in space and comes up with a really nice gain.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. See the athleticism there of Brian Burns stopping him behind the line.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football. We'll see what they have drawn up here a little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. Throwing on 3rd, Goff. And a throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So here are the Panthers set to take over for the first time. And Charles will get a look at the much-heralded rookie Bryce Young, the first overall pick from April's draft.
Bryce Young, the quarterback out of Alabama with a Heisman Trophy in his hip pocket, is the new face of Carolina football. 80 touchdowns, just 12 picks in his college career for the Crimson Tide. He may be a little small in terms of size, but potential, Massive.
Young on first down. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Young now. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault, and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A first down throw for Young. To the right side and complete to Hurst. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. Young to throw it. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. To the air once more, Young. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And the kick is good. He needed a little help there from the crossbar, but the carom goes his way. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
If you missed the first half, there's not much to get you caught up on. Just the lone field goal accounting for the entirety of the scoring. A 3-0 game to this point, as both defenses have been strong so far.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Just one field goal and a tightly played first half as we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And, Charles, we've seen almost 3 full quarters now, and neither offense can really get it going. Neither has hit the end zone, and neither side seemingly can make that big play.
But the game hasn't been devoid of action because these two defenses, they've taken over and they've slugged it out. But I think you're exactly right. We're at that stage of the game now where one of these offenses, if they make a big play, that could be the difference.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Young working out of the gun. He'll get this to the rookie, Jonathan Mingo. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Young off play action. That is caught by Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Young. Adam Thielen, back-to-back catches. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. That's the tight end Hurst with it. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
So from the 25, this is 2nd and 5. Young. Open man is Mingo, complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. Young's going to take a knee here, and that should just about do it.
Brandon, I can just tell you from experience, there's nothing like pitching a shutout on defense, but even more so when it's a tight game. I mean, when every defensive play is crucial and you don't give up any points, boy, they're going to feel awfully good about themselves after this one.
Yeah, exactly. The offense wasn't humming, but, hey, all they needed was you can't score 1 point. All they needed was 2 points. Well, you can't score 2 points on offense. All they needed was at least 3, and they got what they needed.
They got what they needed. Exactly right.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
Well, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off.